You wake up in a cave that reeks of rot and stone, your scalp itching like someone dumped fire ants in your hair. You reach up to scratch and freeze. Your fingers don't touch hair, they touch scales. Cold, writhing scales attached to hissing heads that snap at your hand like you just interrupted their breakfast. Congratulations, you're Medusa now. And your morning routine just got a whole lot more complicated. Let's rewind to how you got here. You were gorgeous once, like stop traffic, start wars, make gods do stupid things. Gorgeous. Your name was whispered in temples across Greece as the most beautiful mortal alive. Sailors crashed ships just daydreaming about your face. Poets wrote sonnets. Sculptors wept because marble couldn't capture your perfection. You had it made working as a priestess in Athena's temple, which required a vow of chastity. No big deal, right? Just don't sleep with anyone and you're golden. Then Poseidon saw you. God of the sea, professional boundary violator, and apparently incapable of understanding the word no. He decided Athena's temple was the perfect spot for his next conquest. You fought back, you screamed, you prayed to Athena for protection, and where was she? Nowhere. Poseidon took what he wanted on her sacred floor, while the goddess of wisdom was apparently too busy to notice one of her priestesses being assaulted in her own house. But she noticed afterward. Oh, she noticed. And here's where it gets twisted. Instead of punishing Poseidon, her uncle and fellow Olympian, Athena punished you. Because apparently victim blaming was invented by the gods. Your crime? Getting assaulted in her temple. Your sentence? Transformation into a monster so hideous that anyone who looks at you turns to stone. Your beautiful hair became venomous serpents. Your flawless skin turned scaly and green. Your enchanting eyes became weapons of instant petrification. The goddess of wisdom's idea of justice was to make you unforgettable for all the wrong reasons. You stumble out of the temple, and the first person you see is your sister. She runs toward you, arms open, concern on her face. You try to warn her, but she looks up. Her eyes meet yours. In an instant, she's granite. Frozen mid-step, hand reaching for you, expression shifting from worry to horror to nothing. Just stone. You scream, but the snakes on your head scream louder. A chorus of hissing fury that drowns out your grief. The village exiles you within hours. They don't even give you time to bury your sister's statue. They herd you like diseased cattle, throwing rocks, shouting monster, some crying because they remember when you were beautiful. You're driven to the edge of civilization toward a cave system on a desolate island where nothing grows and nobody goes. It's either that or immediate execution. You choose the cave. Survival beats martyrdom, even if survival looks like this. Your first week is chaos. The snakes won't stop biting each other or you. You're starving because you can't look at your own reflection in the water to drink without risking turning yourself to stone. Every sound makes you flinch. Is it a hero coming to claim glory? A lost traveler about to become your next accidental victim? You learn to move in darkness, eyes downcast, relying on the serpents to sense movement. They're not just hair anymore. They're your early warning system, your weapons, your only companions in this nightmare. Then you hear footsteps echoing through the cave. Heavy boots on stone, metal scraping rock. Someone's coming, and they're not being subtle about it. You press yourself against the cave wall, serpents coiling tight against your scalp, hissing in unison. The footsteps grow louder. A voice calls out, young and cocky, announcing himself as some nobody from some nowhere town, here to claim fame by taking your head. Of course, because that's what you are now. Not a victim, not a person, a trophy. He rounds the corner, torch held high, shield polished to a mirror shine. You've learned this trick. They all use shields now, angling them to see your reflection instead of looking directly. Clever, cowardly, effective. But you've adapted too. You move like smoke using the darkness, letting the serpents taste the air for his location. He swings his sword at shadows while you circle behind him. One of your snakes strikes his ankle, he screams, crashes to the ground, and you're gone before he can angle that shield. The venom works slowly. You listen to him whimper for hours before silence finally comes. Then you cry, because you didn't want this either. The statues pile up over months. Warriors, thieves, curious travelers who ignored the warnings, each face frozen in terror, and each one a reminder that you're the monster in their story. You stop learning their names. What's the point? They all see the same thing when they look at you. A beast to be slain, a curse to be lifted, a problem to be solved with bronze and blade. None of them see Medusa, the woman who used to braid flowers into her hair, who laughed at her sister's terrible jokes, who wanted nothing more than to serve her goddess faithfully. Your cave becomes a graveyard garden, stone men standing eternal vigil, expressions locked in their final moment. Sometimes you talk to them, apologize, ask why they came. The serpents hiss responses you pretend to understand. You're losing it, slowly, the isolation gnawing holes in your sanity. Then you hear it. Different footsteps. Lighter, calculated. The scrape of metal, yes, but controlled. Purposeful. This one's not like the others. Perseus enters your cave like he owns it, winged sandals barely touching ground, that god's damned mirrored shield catching torchlight. Hermes and Athena equipped him personally. You recognize her work immediately. The goddess who cursed you is now sponsoring your executioner. The poetry would be hilarious if it wasn't so crushing. He doesn't announce himself, doesn't boast, just moves with the efficiency of someone who's already won in his mind. You're tired. So tired. How many years has it been? How many stone corpses? How many nights screaming into darkness that you didn't ask for this? You could run deeper into the cave. You've mapped every tunnel, every dead end. But something in you just stops. Maybe it's exhaustion. Maybe it's the realization that this half-life isn't living. Maybe you're just done being the monster in everyone else's story. Perseus strikes fast, blade singing through air, and you almost feel relief. Your head hits the stone floor, serpent still writhing, still hissing, still fighting even as you stop. And from your blood, Pegasus springs forth, wings spreading wide, flying toward freedom you'll never know. Your head ends up on Athena's shield, a decoration, a warning. The goddess who failed to protect you now wears your face as armor. The irony tastes like ash, but you're beyond tasting anything now. Just another myth, another monster, another woman whose story got rewritten by the gods. From priestess to predator to trophy, all because a god couldn't keep his hands to himself and a goddess couldn't admit her temple failed you. Your curse became their legend, your pain, their glory. That's the real monster in this story, and it was never you.